A lot of people have this idea where Zenless Zone Zero is a game where all you have to do is spam left click to win, and I can't tell you how more wrong that is. This is what happened if you spam left click on the character Soldier 11, and this on the right is what happened when you play the character properly. Can you carefully spot the difference? You see, the difference is that the attack on the right is actually coded with fire, aka it has fire infusion, and it does fire damage in comparison to the left, which is doing physical damage. And it is significantly better because not only you just do more damage, but it allows you to do something like elemental damage, and so you can start countering the enemy and use fire damage buff like that. But what is the difference between the two? Your input. On the left, you're spamming left click, while on the right, you're clicking left click with a rhythm. If you observe carefully, you can see that Soldier 11 attack actually create a spark on the weapon. And if you left click just at the exact right moment where the attack create a spark, it will ignite the attack for your next attack, coding your next attack in fire. And you can do the exact same thing by timing your attack for the next attack and the next attack like that, which in return give you the fire attack sequence. And that is just one example that I'm going to be showcasing in this video. And again, I'll be showcasing different characters and different mechanics in Zenless Zone Zero, and now I'm going to tell you why this game isn't just left click spam. I understand that playing from the beginning of the game, the enemy are so easy that you can just left click spam to clear everything, because the main story quest is designed to be easy and clearable for every player. But it doesn't change the fact that if you're just left click spamming, you're missing like 50 to 90% of your damage, so you might as well just not play the game. The next character we're going to be looking at is Ellen, which again you can see is currently doing physical damage on the screen. It turned out that Ellen has a special unique dash where if you hold down your dash button, she will actually continuously dash at double speed compared to other characters. And the main reason why this is important is after you enter this dash state, your next attack is going to be a enhanced ice attack that can generate you ice stack. And now you see the enemy is frozen. You can also do a dash hold, which is a stronger version of the attack, as well as it generates you more stack. But this does cost significantly more time to cast, which make you much more vulnerable. This in return make Ellen a character that's all about weaving in and out. You want to get into high speed dash, do a charge attack when the timing is right so that you can get your stack, do a combo, get out, dash around again, and wait for your next timing. And you can see how these kind of mechanics can really define how the character is being played. There's also other element in the game that kind of just warp how you play. For example, Nekomata has a talent that increases her back attack damage, which actually means that Nekomata is a positional attacker. You have to position yourself at the enemy back to ensure that you're doing maximum damage. One of the things that I really enjoy about Zenless Zone Zero is that every character uses the weapon core and they don't have a specific weapon archetype, which means that miHoYo can make whatever weapon type they want. They can make a chainsaw character tomorrow, maybe like Chainsaw Man. They can make a katana character tomorrow, like Katana Man. Or they can even make a character that display her mastery over both fire and polearm, and it send out a tornado. Oh wait, that's just Xiangling. But you get my point. This kind of allow them to do these kind of goofy thing where if you include exactly these two characters in your party, it actually changes up their way their attack and their special attack. When you put Koleda and Ben in the exact same party, it actually changes the way Koleda attack in the sense that she actually summons Ben at the end of her attack string. Now, while every characters have a special unique interaction or mechanics that make them play different from one or the other, there's one thing in common between all of them that you should really know about, and that is the importance of dodging. Dodging attack in Zenless Zone Zero is of course going to be one of the most important thing that you do, because that is how you avoid damage, as HP is extremely sacred in the end game of this game, since this game doesn't really have the idea of healers. If you dodge when the enemy is about to attack, you can trigger what's known as a perfect dodge, where it allows you to input a left click to do a counter attack. But the most important type of dodge in Zenless Zone Zero is probably the assist dodge, where you dodge by switching characters the moment enemy attack come into contact, and your sub-in character is actually going to come in and block the attack and parry away the attack for you. And this is what people like to refer to as auto parry, because when you do a assist dodge, it automatically performs a parry for you. Parrying is not only a great way to avoid damage, but most importantly, it is a spectacular way to upkeep your DPS uptime and continue to punish your enemy, especially when it comes down to building stagger. When the stagger bar of the enemy fully fill up at the top right of the screen, they will be stunned for a certain amount of interrupts duration as well as take additional damage, so this is a perfect time to do your team damage. And at this time, your team will be able to trigger what's known as a chain attack, where the game will prompt you to switch to a different character in your party, quickly dish out their special attack, and then switch to another one again. So you'll be able to go through all the characters in your party and dish out all their damage before finally switching to whoever is your on-field character again. This is going to be your biggest DPS window by far, because not only the enemy is going to be stunned, which means you get free DPS uptime, they also take additional damage on top of the fact that you can easily cycle through your entire team. And this burst window here is really important to capitalize. This is the biggest reason why you need to make sure you maintain DPS uptime, because in high level endgame content in Zenless Zone Zero, enemy stagger bar will go down over time if you're not properly keeping it up. So making sure that you're upkeeping the stagger bar continuously by having good DPS uptime is very essential, which unlock your actual DPS opening window. And now you know the game is not just left click spam. Subscribe.